Is there any impossibility in Lagos? You guys should read this story with me. One day, when I was still working on the island, I left my house very early, around 4:30 a.m. when it was still dark. I arrived at the park and decided to sit in the front of the bus. As I was about to sit down, a lady ran up and claimed she had already gotten there first but had gone to buy drinks. I looked around and despite the early hour, there were already vendors selling drinks and homemade snacks. I prefer sitting in the front to avoid any drama in the back because in every 12 passengers, there's usually a mad one or two. I told her I didn't see her, and besides, the driver said she didn't tell him to keep seats for her. She said she didn't see him because it's dark. Funny thing is, we weren't even seeing ourselves, just our voices and the silhouettes. I refused to give up my seat, and the driver advised her to sit in the back. Next thing, she said, "Is it because she's a woman that we are treating her like this?" Madam, like how? She said we are trying to bully her out of her seats on top commercial bus. I felt bad, so I offered her my seat and took the one just behind the driver. A few minutes later, the bus moved, and since it was still dark, I dozed off. A scream woke me up. At first, I thought it was a dream as everyone on the bus was laughing. I was confused when I heard the scream again. It was coming from the woman in the front seat. Immediately, I looked and saw why she was screaming. The driver was stark naked. He apologized, explaining that the rain last night had soaked his clothes and they hadn't dried. He said he had clothes at the park we were headed to and would change there. He said he thought he could get there before everywhere became bright. The woman shouted that she wants to come down and she can't sit with a naked man. The driver said, "Shebi, that's why I was telling you to let this uncle sit here, but you were doing feminism." He told to me, "Bros, oh yeah, come front, come stay with me." God forbid, now me good to sit down with naked man, I is. Everyone burst out laughing again. Lagos.